All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the, I don't know what exactly the mountain range is that we are at right now, but we are right at the top of the summit between Kelowna, British Columbia and Merritt, BC. And being towed behind the Q7 today is our next build. Now, I know some of you have been here for the red TDI that I still need to make a video about, the orange TTS, some of my other vehicles. And honestly, aside from the red TDI, we haven't really done anything too crazy when it comes to building something really fast. The Golf was fast, and by the Golf I mean the TDI, not the GTI or any of the other cars, any of the other Golfs that I have owned in the past. But we truly haven't built anything that has been, and I'm gonna say this very loosely because I know a lot of you are gonna come for me talking about fast cars, and behind the Q7 is something that we're hopefully gonna be able to use to achieve the dream of building something fast that we can rip on the track and make people really upset on the street. Because right now it looks like a total clapped out piece of shit. But ladies and gentlemen, behind the Q7, which is actually turning out to be quite the tow beast, is our new to me 2003 Audi TT Quattro. This is the 225 horsepower model with the BAM 1.8T. It is in awful condition. It has definitely seen some better days, but it is a completely stock car. It's never been driven hard. It's only had, I think, 2 owners, they said, in its entire life. But like I said, it has seen better days. It's got rust in so many different places. It's gonna probably need fenders at some point. And as you can see, it also doesn't have a front end. The car wasn't in a crash or anything. We've had a nice, good look over the car. It is a little bit rusty as far as some of the components that we've been able to take a look at go. The engine, there's not really much to show you for the engine. However, it also doesn't have seats. But the interior is pretty clean. There's no, like, the headliner isn't damaged, no water leaks. It's got an intact windshield with no cracks. It's got 4 wheels and tires. It rolls, the brakes work. It doesn't have headlights either, which is a problem. They've got decent taillights. It's got an exhaust. It's got a full trunk interior. And this thing is going to become our first official, and I say official because we haven't had an actual season of driving the absolute piss out of a car on a racetrack, but this is going to become the channel's first official race car. Now, I have lots of buddies that want to get into autocross and track racing and some friends that are track drivers already. And so hopefully we can join them. It's actually April 18th today, 2025. And the first actual track day is on the 27th. I don't think we're gonna make it. I'm gonna try really hard, but this thing needs a lot of love, aside from just the cosmetic stuff that you see. The engine doesn't start. We're not entirely sure why. It does sound like it does not have compression, but since I said we're turning this into a track car, we're gonna put a built motor in it. We're gonna either pull this motor out and build it, or I'm gonna hit up one of my friends down in the States who builds really fast EA888s and B58s and DAZs and all this stuff. We're gonna get him to send us a motor for it. Or if you guys wanna see, maybe we will build the motor ourselves. I've done one before. Like I said, I did the TDI, notably not the best job I could have done, but I've learned a lot since then. Really wouldn't hate to take on the project, and I really want to teach some people how to do stuff. So if you guys want to see this thing get built nose to tail, don't forget to subscribe if you are new here, and hopefully this thing is going to be an absolute monster. Now, that being said, this car actually may have been 2 TTs, and that's kind of the whole point of like why I made this big long drive up to, I actually drove to Salmon Arm, British Columbia, which is about 500-ish total like driving kilometers away from where I live. So a bit of a trek. And we were actually gonna buy 2 of them because the people that were selling this one, they had 2. They had a 225 horsepower BAM and they had a 180 horsepower 1.8T AWP Quattro, which arguably is a lot more difficult to modify because not a lot of people make performance parts for the all-wheel drive 180. We were gonna buy the other one and we were gonna build that one into a gravel rally car. And that might be something we do in the future. There have been a couple other TTs pop up closer to me that are 180 horsepower models that are higher mileage, kind of abused. And like, that's kind of the reason I also wanted to get this one, is because we're starting at the worst possible condition, other than the fact that this thing could probably have like holes and stuff in it and could be a little bit worse, but we're starting at a really low point. And it's gonna be something that I'm not gonna care if we like, I don't wanna say crash it into a wall, but like scratch it into a wall or like damage it and like do that kind of stuff. Because ultimately this is gonna be a little bit of a learning experience for me. I've driven on the track before, nothing to a competitive level, and that's where I would really like to get this car to go. So the game plan, like I said, built motor. We have a lot of parts already that have been ordered for this car, so it's gonna get full suspension, brakes. We're refreshing pretty much every single suspension component that's in this car right now because they are all rusty. So all new control arms, all new subframe and control arm bushings. We're gonna do big brakes in the front. I think we're gonna do 17Z calipers off of a Porsche Cayenne or a Touareg, if any of you are familiar with that and you are a Mark IV platform guy. Gonna go that route. Obviously, we're gonna put race like wheels and tires and stuff on here. We've got sway bars coming, we've got coilovers coming. And I wanted to quickly give you guys a perspective when I say I have a ton of parts for this engine and the TT so far. We also already have a bumper, by the way. Every single box here, and there's like a bunch of tiny little boxes and like other stuff in here, is all going on the TT. So there's probably like maybe like $4,500–5,000 worth of parts just like right here alone. But we're gonna do a video about pretty much every single one of them. So yeah, that's when I say a lot of parts. We're going to do either a half cage or a full cage on the inside at some point. The problem is I don't know at what classification in Western Canada I need a roll cage, like an actual one. I don't know if it's horsepower, speed, or like certain classes and like that kind of thing. All I know is like the drag racing standards. But we're gonna have Sparco racing seats of some kind in here, harnesses, harness bar, gutted interior. And like I said, we're gonna try and make this thing really, really fast. I would like this car to be a reliable 500 horsepower. If we can make more than that, we'll see. I know the guys over at CO Motorsports, I've been watching them for a long, long time now. I've been watching lots of their 1.8 content, and I know they're like, oh, you know, go drive like a 500 horsepower car. And you know, I've driven fast, light cars, like, and it felt fast and it felt manageable. So if we could have it in something that's a little bit more raw, like a 2003 Audi TT with a 6-speed manual, first gen Haldex, I think we're gonna have a ton of fun with this car. But anyways, quickly, big note on the Q7. We're about 100 kilometers in towing. I think this combo is about 5,500 pounds, and it is an absolute beast so far. We are on Falcon Wild Peak AT4Ws. These are the 116T versions, so these are SL rated. So technically, I don't really know if I'm supposed to be towing this much with these tires. I know the overall weight of the vehicle with the tongue weight and everything is fine in terms of like what the load rating on the tires are. However, I know that these tires are probably gonna burn up by the time we get down to the lower mainland, but so far the tread seems to be okay. Little bit of squat, little bit of camber. Stage 2 Tunezilla, fully deleted. I have a aftermarket dark side developments overland exhaust. So it's basically a straight pipe, no cats, no DPF, no SCR, no one resonator, and that is it. Super, super good flow. We don't see any EGTs above about 600 to 650 Celsius unless I'm like really pushing it uphill. But this thing is awesome. We're cruising at about 100 kilometers an hour, climbing up the highways we have here in the mountains of British Columbia, and it's doing pretty well. But without me sitting here for too much longer, because I just wanted to let the Q7 cool down a little bit, let's hop back on the road and get this thing home. All right, so we've got the TT off the trailer at its current resting place where we are going to build the car. She's already getting covered in pine needles and such. But like I said, there's quite a bit that we need to do to the car. We have no interior, so we're gonna have to get racing seats. Like I said earlier when we were up on the Coquihalla. The big one is in the engine bay here. Everything in here basically has to come out. So the engine has no compression. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time sitting here cranking it over and showing you that it doesn't have any compression. We've already tested it. Cylinder 1 and 2 have none. The battery's dead, lots of things, like it's missing. The headlights have been chopped out. So we've got our work cut out for us. Now the big thing is obviously, we don't know why this engine has failed. We know we aren't gonna be able to save it. Really, we are at the very bottom of the starting point with this entire car now. So we're gonna do, obviously, like the entire goal of this project is to build a budget track car. The car itself at this point in its current state with, I think, 240,000 kilometers on the chassis. We paid $800 for it. It isn't in obviously the greatest condition, as you guys have seen. The brakes probably wouldn't save my life if we tried to get them to, but overall the chassis is pretty solid. Everything is straight. It's a 6-speed. The interior is clean, no leaks. All the power options work. I've scanned the car with power on it for like running with power, or sorry, running power to it for about an hour, letting everything kind of like all the modules wake up and stuff, and everything works other than obviously the engine, and then the radio's in safe mode just because I think this thing has been dead since about November. But here it lies, and the first step of the project, obviously, like I had mentioned, is we need to get the engine running. So I bought a motor. So we've gone ahead and gotten ourselves a wrecker motor naturally. So this is another BEA engine code 225 horsepower engine. I've kind of already started stripping the wiring harness and a couple other bits and ends off of it. I have a timing belt and a whole bunch of other stuff that I need to get on here in order to get this thing going, but we do have decent compression as per the timing marks, or sorry, the compression test marks on the engine. So hopefully we can get a good runner into the car, and then we will focus on potentially either building this one or building the one in the car if it's savable. But that will do it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out the Q7 once again for being able to tow the TT all the way up from Salmon Arm, which is about 500-ish kilometers of driving and a lot of mountains. So this is gonna be a really fun project. This is gonna be the first like bigger project that I've taken on in a long time. Like I haven't actually ever bought a vehicle that's completely like, I wanna say wrecked and rebuilt it all. But here we are, we're at the very, very bottom starting point for a TT track car build. I hope you guys are excited as I am. But that will do it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out. I will see you in the first official build video for the TT.